All right, we're back here. Apparently, I lost the screen. No action. And Mason made a nice breakaway save there late, actually. Parker, Kale, Granville, and Taya Hart. Parker drags the two, poked off his stick. Hill now gathers, thought he was going to pass there, didn't. Through the middle. Kale, Parker. Parker stands him up. Kale takes the puck away, puck in the corner on Granville's stick. 3 seconds left. Two tip. Mason lets that go wide. Whistle. All right, ties back out with Braxton and Easton, Andrew and Langham as well. Uphill in deep. Andrew with it behind the net, settles it over to Langham, turned over. Poke past him. Jack swipes at it, doesn't get it. Hill takes it. Shot slot, Mason save. Langham with the body. Langham and Krochuk. Puck comes D side to Andrew, hits him in the skate, gets to Langham. Langham behind the net. Well, up through the middle, flips this high. That's going to be touched and covered. Hoisher, Adams, Lakefield, Henning, Fink. Puck tied up. Hill comes out with it through the middle, hits Ryan, stick turned him over. Backhands one to Dylan, skips over his stick. Dylan turns one through, sticked up into the net by the goal. They bought. Face off one to Dylan, up top. I'm trying to get the Fink, got the Ryder instead. He's cycling it back down low. Dylan gloves this down in the corner, chip for Ryder, misses him. Ryder causes the turnover in the middle. He'll get it right back though. Fink stands him up. Icing's waved off. Heading on it. Evades one. Too far for himself though. Hill picks this up. Fink with the hit in the corner. Down low. Thought about going to the middle, doesn't. Takes the drop to the D. Ryan picks him up. Forcing him to send it down low. Fink battles. Help from Ryan. Fink pulls this. Oh, almost pulls it through. Knocked off his stick. Ryan with the body ties it up. Lenny ties him up. Ryan goes D side to help. Behind the net, Lenny. It's through. Lenny's taken down. No call. Out of the net. Shot. Mason saves. Still loose. Loose behind the net. Lenny with the hit. Fink pulls this out. Sends it through the middle. Kicked in. Comes right to Ryan. He sends this down. I think. Hart's line out there with Tail and Parker. Puck comes to Hart. Tips it ahead to himself. Skates it out. Oh, puck pops free to Parker. Parker flips one ahead and missed this day. Face off. Duraney pokes it forward. Taken by Hill. Thrown behind the net to Hart or to Martin. He throws it for Day. Day gets it to Hart's. Hart skates this out through the middle. It hits a stick. Pokes along by Antea. Hill on it. Antea tries to drop it for Parker. Taken by Hill. Poked ahead out of the zone. Draws the first one there. Takes a look. Reverses for Parker. Parker gets it to Kale. Kale rims it around out of the zone. That right back in deep. Mason sets this up for Kale. Kale drops for Easton. Easton skates into it. Goes the brakes on. Retreats back to Andrew. Andrew to Langen. Langen to Kai. Kai evades the hit. Skates the puck in. Goes wide. Has a shot. Kicked up into the air, into the corner. Glove down by Hill. Rimmed around. Tipped up. Andrew gets a stick on this. Gets chipped around him though. Ball picked him up. Ball with a hit. Andrew takes the puck. Turned over to Hill. Avoids one, avoids two, walks down low, shot, Mason with a save. Penny puts it in the corner for ball. Chip out of the zone by Langen. They top one by Hill. Cycle down deep. Andrew gets chase. Pokes it ahead for Dill. Dylan up in the air. That hits the roof. Listen. Face off one. Langen on it. Backhands one for Adams. Adams throws this not out of the zone. Got through. Mason saves. Face off one forward to Granville. Gets it out of the zone. Has a whack at it. Right back in the zone. Tipped ahead by Lenny. Hill with it. D zone. Granville cuts this off. Over to shot. Hart's loose. Top three to Fink. Sends one on. Oh, it's the crossbar. Shot through. Save. Back to Fink. Second shot's blocked. The round Fink. Through the middle. Connects. Lenny with the hit. Stands him up. Puck down low. Side of the net. Making saves. Loose. Up to the point. Rimmed around. Past Fink. Hart picks him up behind the net. Centering pass. Taken away. Henning rips this down. Icing. Oof. Dylan, Ryan, Ryder, Parker, Kale. Face off one to Hill. Shot through. Goes wide. Big bounce comes to Dill. Dylan chips ahead. Not out. Turned over to Dylan. Dylan's got Ryan and Ryder. Dylan goes wide. Soft skip ahead. Not out. Now it's out. Dylan in his feet. Shot. Centering pass to Ryan. Loose. Covered. Same five. 11-15 left in the game. Ryan wins this in the corner for Dylan. Dylan. Ryan turns the corner with it. Shot is blocked. Comes right to Kale. Kale sends one through. It's blocked. Shot. Mason with the save. Kale with the hit. Frees this up. Fanned on. Parker with the hit. Kicks it to himself. Tuck in deep. Rimmed around. Catches Fox in the chain. Shot. Glove save. Oh, Hill just got unsportsmanlike after the play. Fox goes to the power play with 10:40 left. Dylan, Ryan, Ryder, Parker, Lenny. Face off one out of the zone by Hill. Mason way out to play it. Guy behind the net hits the Hill player. Centering pass taken away. Ryder with it. Ryder chips ahead for Parker. Parker skates into the zone. Cuts to the middle. Then the shot just wide. Gets to Adams. Now to Lenny. Lenny over to Parker. Back to Lenny. Lenny slides it back up top for Parker. Over to Ryan. Ryan at the dot. Down low for Adams. He had Dylan at the bumper. Goes up top for Parker. Parker over to Ryan. Ryan walks down. Shoots over the net. Parker's got to get there. He won't. Ducks out of the zone. Parker over to Ryan. Ryan flips this over to Adams. Adams cycles it. Oh, bad pass. And on Mason. Drops it for Andrew behind the net. Andrew evades one. Andrew's taken down. Tripping on Hill. Fox to the 5-on-3 now. It's like Richie's going to take his time out here, maybe. And then Richie's like, "There's five of you. There's three of them." Oh my god! All right, 57-second, 5-on-3 power play. Dylan, Ryan, Ryder, Andrew, Parker. Clean win by Hill. Thrown through the middle. Parker down to a knee. Gloves it down. Andrew on it. Drops for Ryan. Andrew drives the middle over to Parker. Back up top for Ryan. Slap shot. Tipped wide by Dylan. Dylan's the first one there. Backhand along for Ryder to Parker to Andrew. Shot is blocked. Loose. Out of the zone. Mason way out for it. Moves it for Ryan. Ryan skates into it. Turns the corner. Heads up ice. 30 seconds left in the two-man advantage. Up to Parker. Parker to Andrew. Misses Parker. Hill jumps it. They get this out of the zone. One-on-one. Andrew cuts this off. Pokes back to Andrew. Over to Ryan. Ryan enters his zone with numbers. Shot. Blocked it away. Loose. Covered. 3 seconds left on the two-man advantage. Kai, Easton, Braxton, Langen, Krochov. He's got one by Hill. Fans on it, though. Andrew cuts this off. Andrew to Langen. Andrew backhands at the ball. Ball's got Braxton down low. Pass goes wide. Braxton in the corner. Off Kai, loose. Chipped around Kai. Andrew with it. That's Kai. That's the fourth penalty on Kai. So he is done for the day and next game now. That's his fourth penalty. He's out. Yep. 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 So he's out for the rest of this game, and then he's suspended for the next game now too. Yep. Well, if you take 4 minors, but he took 3 minors and the 10. Yeah, so that doesn't matter. If you take 4 minors, it's still yep. Yeah, you get an additional game on top of it. Yep. I don't think so. I hope not. Box to the PK, Kai, or not the PK, 4-on-4 for 34 seconds. Kale out there with Braxton, Parker. Kale cycles it to Parker. Parker with a little bit of time. Takes a look. Drops it for ball. No, he doesn't. Fakes it. Parker comes out with it. Parker over to Kale. Kale finds Easton. Easton's got Parker and Braxton. Easton throws the brakes on. Skates middle shot. Toe save. Easton on it. Takes the drop to Kale. Powers around. Centers one. Does it. Oh, jeez. Easton buried. Behind you, Kale. Kale through the middle. Picked off. Middle. Kale blocks this over the net. Behind the net. On Kale's stick. Ice down. No icing. No on the PK. Hill picks this up. New killers out for Fox. 1 minute, 55 seconds left on the PK. Adams and Teuscher, Henning and Fink. Through the middle, a nice pass that connects. And on Fink gets around them. Drop pass to nobody. Oh, man, Ryan gets his stick on it right to Hill. Lenny forces them wide. Backhand there. Nope. Goes up to the point. Shot through. Mason saved. Loose. Side of the net, behind the net now. Fink ties it up. Hill's still on it. Over to the point. Picks this up. 25 seconds left on the PK. Pass Fink down low. Lenny on him. Now Ryan on him. Poked away. Fink with the body. Ties it up. Behind the net. Fink with it. On his man. Poked away. Up to the point. Right to Hill. Shot through. Tip. Sent high and wide by Mason. 5 seconds left. Through the middle. Connects. Shot goes wide. But back to even strength. Dylan out there now. Back door. Oh, we had him back door. Hill on it. Dylan with the hit. Puck chipped in deep. Mason lets this go wide for Andrew. He's out there with Lenny. Andrew throws the brakes down, goes back to Lenny. Lenny takes a look. Chips it up ahead for Dylan. Dylan through the middle. That's going to be offside. Yep. They let that break out. Andrew picks it up, pokes it away. Andrew cycles. There's nobody home, though. Penny comes back down for it. Langen picks him up. Puck pops free to Braxton. Drops for Hearts. Mason skates this out. Mason enters the zone. Oh, offsides on Bill. Go, boys. Ryan Ryder, Dylan, Kale Parker. Face off in front of the Hill bench. Takes off to Parker to Kale to Ryder. Ryder peels it out. Backhands one for Parker. Parker to Ryan. Ryan tries to get one to Kale, thrown in deep. Ryan gives chase. Rimmed around. Dylan timings this, going back down on Ryan's stick, backhands to Ryder. Dragged around him. Dylan with a foot, stops this, lays the body. Hill pulls it out D side. Loves that over Dylan's stick though. Now Dylan sends it back down deep. Box forward's going to change. Arts turns him away. 2 to D. Oh, ouch. Hits the linesman on that clearing attempt. Puck down low to ball. Ball's got Antea in the middle. Can't get it to him. Arts knocks that out of midair. Chip through the middle. Past Duraney. Could be an icing, and it is. Hearts, ball, Antea, Fink, Henning. Face off, tied up, Hill with it. Inside, behind the net now. Tip near side, ball gets a stick on this. Puck's ripped down. Icing's waved off. Henning skates into this, rips it for Antea. Antea along the boards. Gets this out, right back in though. Shot wide. In the corner now. Henning with it. Lenny behind the net gets a good pick from Fink. Lenny goes down. In the middle, shot scores. Penny, Day, Granville, Langen, Sortok. Hill wins this draw. B to B. Tipped in. Icing. Penny in to take the draw. Entering Day and Granville with Langen and Kirkhoff. Braxton wins this. Hill puts it back in their corner, though. Braxton picks it up. Braxton ridden off this puck. Granville gets a center's one to Day. Can't get a shot off. Braxton pokes this down low behind the net. Penny on him. Ripped off the glass. Andrew doesn't get a stick on this. No icing. Langen picks this up. Kirkhoff on it. Andrew backhands one along for Jack. Behind the net. Langen rims one for Andrew. Rips off his stick right into the slot. Day shields the puck. Turned over. Shot over the net into the netting. Dylan, Ryan, Ryder, Parker, Kale. Face off to the left of Mason. 3:13 left. Ryan wins this. Kale seals his man. Parker skates into it. Through the middle. Hits Dylan. Dylan hits the linesman. Ryan skates into it, though. Over to Parker. Parker drops for Kale. Kale kicked off, going for Dylan. Dylan with the body. Penny and Hart's on. Thornton and Duraney stay. 2:51 left. Dylan to the box. Yeah. Kale pulls this, not out. Kale rims it down. Hart's jump. Up to the point. Penny out. Kale rips this down. That should be an icing. 2:23 left. Come on, Brax. Kale and Parker off. Andrew and Langen on. Face off in the corner. Through the middle. Hill with it. Beyond the one. Near side. Red line. Deep. Andrew cuts this off. Rip down and out. We're gonna have to get Mason off here pretty soon. 1 minute left. There is 51 seconds difference between the PK and the game clock. And on Langen. Turns them away in the corner. Up in the air. Shot ripped down by 5. And on the goalie, side of the net. Matea gives pressure. Ball picks him up. It's beyond ball. Takes him away. And on Langen, shot. Scores. Tucked in deep. Parker picks this up. 5-on-5 hockey. Parker skates this out over to Lenny. Lenny up ahead, hits the skate. Turned over. Tucked in deep. Parker picks it up behind the net. To Lenny. Turned over again. Down low. Lenny to Adams. Adams throws this to a soft spot. Parker skates into it to Dylan. To Toysher on his backhand shoot. Save. Loose. Up in the air. Fail over to Ryan off the board. Skips off his stick, though. Or rather, skipped over his stick. Didn't even make it there. Andrew over to Kale. Kale sends one through. Loose in Dylan's feet. 15 seconds left. Kale on it. Probably just ice this down. Nope. 5 seconds left. Andrew stands him up, and that will do it. Yeah, you guys too. We'll see you next weekend. Fox Falls moved to 1-2 on the weekend, losing to Pitt Pens, losing to Hill Academy, beating Upper Canada College.